Are you struggling with anxiety? Is this an intrinsic part of your life today? In this video, I'll be breaking 5 simple steps as to how you can start shifting from anxious self to your calm nervous system, to your calm self, so that you can start actually enjoying this life. And not fearing all the time, and not living in the fight or flight or freeze mode, and not living from the place of fear. So I have 5 steps for you. This video shouldn't be too long, I promise it won't be. And subscribe to this channel if you find it helpful, if you know of any women that are on the awakening journey that this can help, for them to be more powerful, more fulfilled, and more aligned with who they truly are. So number 1 is calm your nervous system down by meditation, breath work, and being in nature. So when we are in anxious mode, if we are suffering from anxiety, what we need to understand is our nervous system has been wired through all the chemistry that has been induced into our body over and over and over again. Our body is the machine that will remember the chemical reactions that have been happening in our body. And if you have been anxious for a while, or even from childhood, you've been carrying this fight or flight or freeze mode, and you have been in your sympathetic nervous system for a very long time. Sympathetic nervous system is the fight or flight or freeze when you are stressed. And if you have been there for a while, I can guarantee you that your body has remembered that, and your body is now wired for anxiety. So you might find yourself waking up at night with anxiety attacks, or you might find yourself that you wake up in the morning, and naturally our cortisol levels in the morning are higher, but oftentimes we can't shift out of it, and that is the sign that you are being anxious for no apparent reason. And so to calm your nervous system down, beautiful practices are meditation, are sitting with yourself, is breath work. Boxed breathing is literally 4 breaths, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding your breath for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, and then holding your breath for 4 seconds, or any period of time that's the same period of time, just 4 times. In that routine will assure you to really calm your nervous system down. It's been scientifically proven. Marines are using it when they're training. It is a beautiful, beautiful way to actually calm your nervous system down in your body physically, on the physical level, within seconds. And being in nature, and of course nature is naturally nurturing to us as human beings. It brings this beautiful life force, beautiful energy. So tree hugging, being in nature, just allowing yourself to go for a walk and really nurturing yourself in that way will an amazing change in your life. Because if you want to be living this lifetime, if you want to be living your life to the fullest, being constantly in fight or flight or freeze mode is stopping and blocking you from actually enjoying and being present. Because if you are anxious, what anxiety is fear of the future. Depression is fear of the past, but anxiety is fear of the future. So you are constantly in this lookout for danger constantly, and you can never be present in the present moment. So you're missing out on the beautiful journey that you are on in this life. You are missing out on your relationships. You are missing out on enjoying yourself in the moment. Even if you do something enjoyable and there is anxiety creeping up, you are not able to actually enjoy what you do in your life. So it's so important to overcome anxiety, because it takes a lot on your physical body, on your emotional body. Your perception of the world is different. Your ability to make good decisions is different. It's all shattered, and it's all being diminished by your anxiety. And if you are anxious, you know what I'm talking about. You know how it feels to be constantly in fight or flight or freeze mode. And the reason that I'm coming to you here today is because I've been that. I've been anxious every day before I started my awakening journey, and that's why I wanted to bring this video to you, and hopefully you can start shifting from your anxious self to actually joyful human being who can enjoy their lifetime. Number 2 is feeling safe in your body, in this world. Know that you are safe, that you belong, and that you are enough. So feeling safe in your body can be achieved by meditation practice, by actually going through meditation as to how to be safe in your body. And in that meditation, usually it's a root chakra meditation, because root chakra, which is just located on where our tailbone is, it's a chakra that's responsible for us feeling safe, for the sense of belonging. It's a very primal chakra, because the first 3 chakras that we have, or 3 first energy centers that we have in our body, are responsible for feeling safe, for feeling that we belong to this world. These are our primal needs, and every human being has those needs. And if those needs are not being met, and those first 3 energy centers are diminished, blocked, overreactive, we are not able to get into our heart, we are not able to get into our speaking our truth, we're not able to create, we are blocked from creation, we are blocked from connecting to the higher source if our 3 first chakras are blocked. And if you are anxious all the time, your root chakra will be blocked because you just don't feel safe. And so starting with your physical body and learning to feel safe in your body and understand that you are safe, because if you are present, if you drop into the present moment, you will know that in that moment you are safe. So the more you can get practicing being present and being in the moment, the more you can connect to yourself and understand that you are safe, and keep affirming that to yourself. With meditation practice, this is how I overcame my anxiety. It was through the meditation practice, through being safe in my body, through knowing that I'm safe in this world. And a lot of factors come to knowing that we are safe in this world. And I'm going to get into that in the next point. But I wanted you to know that affirming that to yourself, understanding that what you can't control in this life, whether it's media, whether it's the information that you engage in from the outside world, from mainstream, understanding that we are being wired to be fearful because it's easy to control someone who's fearful. When we can understand that, and we can understand also that what we can't control is we can choose to let go of that. If you can't control something, the political situation, if you can't control a war in Ukraine, if you can't control what's happening in the world, you can make the decision and you can choose to let go of that and understand that you can't control that. So why would you even bother having that in your space, in your life? And knowing that you're safe and knowing that you belong. So you as a human being have an innate worthiness, and you do belong. And I know that oftentimes the way we have been brought up and the way we have been mistreated, or the way that we have been in this world from a very young age, we could have been affirmed to that we are not enough, or we. So knowing that you are safe, that you belong, that you are intrinsically and innately enough, it's important to understand. That's a mindset shift. It's to know that you don't need to do anything, you don't need to get anything, don't need to be anything but what you already are as a human being, and you are belonging, and you belong into this world, and you are intrinsically, innately enough. And when you can start understanding and shifting from the perspective of my parents, my friends, the society is telling me that I am not enough in so many ways, because that is true. When you can understand that none of this is true, you can start feeling safe in your body, safe in your life, safe on this planet, and you can start shifting from being anxious. The number 3 is gratitude practice. So to start shifting your nervous system, to start moving from the place of anxiety and from the place of fight or flight or freeze mode, gratitude practice is number one, the most beautiful thing that you can do. And I say it's practice because it is practice. The only way to actually start helping with changing your nervous system and seeing your life from the place of, I have so much to be grateful for, and there's so many things in this lifetime that I can actually see and be grateful for. We take our life and things that the comfort of our life and the way we live together for granted. We don't see the things that we should be grateful for, really. You know, if you think about centuries ago, we have more than the kings and the queens had, than the royalty did. Today, in our normal everyday life, we have so many things that we can be grateful for. And if you can drop into your heart every morning and you can really feel the gratitude and feel how grateful you are for the breath, for being able to have a warm bed at night, for being able to walk and talk and see and hear, for your body, for every organ that's working for you. So dropping into your gratitude practice every day, and it has to be a practice for that to actually make a difference in your life. You can either journal it, or you can just sit there and feel grateful. You can walk in the morning, you can walk your dog, you can just do it as a part of your everyday things that you already do. You can implement it on the drive to work. It doesn't always have to be, I'm going to sit in lotus position, I'm going to make this practice. Don't overcomplicate these things. Try to include them and just bring more awareness into your everyday life. And just bring yourself to the gratitude. But to start actually shifting your nervous system, it is necessary for you to feel gratitude. So it's not only about just sitting there and journaling a few things that you can be grateful for. It's more about actually feeling it in your body, actually feeling your heart expanding, actually feeling that gratitude in your heart. Number 4, the mindset of life is happening for you and it's not happening to you. So shifting from the victimhood mindset to creator mindset, to understand that in this lifetime you have been gifted with this life. The chances of you being in this world are so small. You as this human being in this body, in this family, the chances are minimal. And when we can understand that we have been gifted this life, and this is my belief, we as soul come to this world to take lessons, to evolve and to grow as a human being, as soul. And so life isn't happening to you, life is happening for you. When you can change that mindset and understand that every human being that came to your life, that hurt you, betrayed you, mistreated you, disrespected you, was a teacher. It was someone to show you that you have lack of boundaries. Maybe it was someone to show you that you don't value yourself. Maybe it was to show you that your worthiness is not there. You don't feel worthy. And these people are there to teach us. So every human that comes to our life is a teacher. And every circumstance is also a teacher, and life is happening for you. It's not happening to you. Every job that you don't like, every time that you find yourself not in alignment and you find yourself unhappy, this is your soul speaking to you that you are not in the right place, not in the right relationship, that there are shifts and changes that need to happen in your life. They're like nudges. They're like nudges towards your higher self. They're like nudges towards your most fulfilling life. The only time that you know that you're living your life's purpose, that you're living your life in alignment with what you came here to be, is when you are in joy, when you are in love, when you feel those feelings of high vibration. If you are struggling, if you are obviously anxious, if you find yourself in the victim mentality, snap out of it. Being in victim mentality is not powerful. You are given the power away. But when you can step into everything that happens in my life is what I attracted, and you can take responsibility for your life, and you can start seeing from the perspective of what can I learn from this, rather than why is this happening to me. You will find you will start becoming the creator of your own reality, and you can then start taking responsibility, but also gain your power back. Take your power back, because you do have the power to shift and change your life. You have the power to get out of the anxiety if you can only shift your mind around it and understand that everything happens for a reason. Every situation in your life, every hurdle that you had to overcome, every pain that you had to feel is your soul learning to elevate. And I believe that we're going to keep being presented by the universe, by higher power, by God, you name it doesn't matter how you call it. I believe that we are being presented with struggles if we are not learning, and until we are not learning from those toxic relationships, toxic friendships, when we keep choosing the wrong job, the wrong career, and we know that this is not aligned with who we are and what we actually want to do, because we are coming from the place of fear, the universe will start presenting you with struggles. So when you can start listening to what is it that you actually want, what is it that actually makes your heart sing, what is it that brings you joy in life, and following that bliss, when you can start doing that, you will find that universe will bring you what you want and what you need. But again, getting out of the victim mentality and stepping into the creator mentality, into the powerful mentality that every human being can have. And it is a choice. Our happiness is a choice. Number 5 is feeling your feelings. Create safe space to feel and express your emotions. Allow for the suppressed emotions to come through. Now, I had to bring that point in because if we have been suppressing our feelings and emotions over lifetime, and we often have, and I definitely have, and I had to have a lot of releasing, a lot of sadness, a lot of anger released in my awakening journey, because I would be anxious for no reason. So everything in my external world would be fine, but I would find myself constantly anxious and scared and unsafe, and all of these feelings would be the feelings of my suppressed emotions all over my lifetime. So it's so important to meet your feelings, to sit with yourself. And I believe that number 1 reason that people don't meditate today, or don't allow themselves to sit still, is because they are fearing the feelings and emotions that can come through, because they understand that as soon as they sit down, those feelings and emotions will come through. Because every time we are bored, every time we just sit or not do anything, every time we stop, we start feeling all of this flood of emotions that we have been suppressing for majority of our life. So being conscious with creating the space for those feelings and emotions to come through, and feeling them. The beautiful way to express emotions is to journal. Beautiful way is to just sit with yourself and allow yourself to cry. I sometimes create a space with the candles and like sad music. I almost want to invoke those emotions. I really want to get myself going with crying, because I sometimes struggle to cry. But with tears, we release a lot of emotions. Tears are naturally, for our body, is a natural soothing mechanism when we cry. So allow yourself to feel, express your feelings, be curious of, okay, what are the feelings and emotions that want to come through? And another thing I think it's important to say is, oftentimes I hear people saying that they are worried that once they get into the emotional self, they will go down the hill with being depressed, or they won't be able to come out of it on the other side. And I think it's the feelings and emotions, when they're not controlled in a way, they can get you depressed. They can get you to the very dark night of the soul. But I think when we actually consciously sit down, and from the place of compassion and love and understanding and no judgment. That is so important, to never judge yourself for any feelings and emotions. Understanding that you are allowed to feel every single feeling that you feel. There is no bad feelings, there is no bad emotions. They're just emotions, and that's all they are. So when we can start seeing them from the place of observing the emotions and feelings and not judging them, we can then start recognizing, okay, so this situation makes me feel that way, or that makes me feel that way, or I miss someone, or I feel grudge, or I feel anger, I feel. And when you can start harnessing those feelings and allowing yourself to feel, and creating that safe space of healing for yourself, you will find that your anxiety will start fading away, because oftentimes anxiety is simply emotions that have been suppressed. It's something that's trying to bubble up, and it's bubbling up in our body still, and we've been holding on to those feelings and emotions in our physical body that create our anxiety. So that is number 5. And I do have a bonus point for you, a bonus tip for you as well, and that is take care of your environment. Be conscious of what information you allow into your brain. I don't have a television, or I don't really listen to radio. I am very conscious of what I invite into my brain. It's not like I'm not completely interested in what's happening to the world, but I have to understand, and I want you to understand, that the mainstream is creating fear. Mainstream is feeding our brains for not enoughness, for wanting more, for it's a consumerism. They trying to for us to buy more, to be fearful, to not be powerful, because when we are fearful, of course, we are easy to control. When we think that we are not enough, we're gonna go and buy a new car, a new this, a new that. We're gonna go and do our face up, whatever, put Botox in it. When we are buying into these, as a consumer, you are being brainwashed all the time, and that is setting you up to feel fearful. That is creating anxiety in your head. So be mindful of what you allow to enter into your head. Take care of your physical body. As you know, I'm a personal trainer, and for me, physical health is number 1 thing that I really want to prioritize in my life. I understand that the physical body is connected to our emotional body, is connected to our mental body, is connected to the spiritual body. All of this is one holistic body. We are one human being in 4 dimensions, if you like. So taking care of your physical body, understanding that what you put into your body, if you're stressing your body out all the time with processed food, we have to understand that the food today, in today's world, is not healthy. Everything that's been processed, everything that has a label on it, is not healthy. It's something that's been processed, and your body does not know what to do with it, and that's what creates diseases. But it can also manifest in anxiety if our physical body is stressed. So taking care of your physical body, if you can start being healthy, and if you can start focusing on eating clean food, eating just natural meats, grass-fed meats, and fresh fruit and vegetables, allowing your body to rest, you will find that your anxiety will start diminishing. It will start going down. Your sleep, taking care of your sleep. Everyone knows that the sleep is very crucial. I will not go into that, but I just wanted to point that your sleep will have, if you are sleep deprived, it will have diminishing effect on your anxiety. Move your body. Movement helps with anxiety. It helps with inducing endorphins into your body, into your brain. Allow yourself to move as much as you can. And last but not least, assess the people in your life that surround you. So our environment does have a big effect on how we feel, how we perceive the world, how we go about our life. So assess your environment. If you have people in your life that are toxic, that are of a very victim mindset, that are loathing you with their problems, and that's all you talk about. Be brave enough and courageous enough to get rid of these people from your life. You need to start prioritizing yourself. You need to understand that for you to be happy in this life, you need to start prioritizing yourself. And to prioritize yourself, you need to have some self-acknowledgement, some self-love, some self-awareness, and be bold in your decisions. Make a decision today to overcome your anxiety with no medicine, with no tablets, with no doctors. You have the power to overcome your anxiety with the right mindset, with the right approach, with the right practices. This is it for today's podcast. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with those that you love. I hope this was helpful. It is my biggest desire to bring light into your life and give you the hope that you may need when you struggle in the times of anxiety. And I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Take care.